Judas, he just winked and said, alright, I'll leave you here. But you better hurry up and choose which of those pills you want, or they disappear. I'm gonna start my picking right now, just tell me where you'll be. Judas pointed down the road and he said, eternity. Eternity, said Frankee Lee with a voice as cold as ice. That's right, said Judas Priest, eternity, though you might call it paradise. I don't call it anything, said Frankee with a smile. Alright, said Judas Priest, then I'll see you in a while. Well, Frankee Lee sat back down, feeling low and mean. Just then a passing stranger burst upon the scene, saying, are you Frankee Lee the gambler whose father is deceased? Well, if you are, there's a fella called down the road, and they say his name is Priest. Oh yes, he is my friend, said Frankee Lee in fright. I do recall him very well, in fact, he just left my sight. Yes, that's the one, said the stranger, as quiet as a mouse. Well, my message is he's down the road, stranded in a house. Well, Frankee Lee, he panicked and dropped everything and ran, until he came to the spot where Judas Priest did stand. What kind of house is this, he said, where have I come to roam? It's not a house, said Judas Priest, it's not a house, it's a home. Well, Frankee Lee, he trembled, and he soon lost all control over everything which had made when the mission bells did toll. He just stood there staring at that big house as bright as any sun, with 24 windows and a woman's face in every one. Well, up the stairs with Frankee ran with a soulful bounding leap, and foaming at the mouth, he began to make a midnight creep. For 16 nights and days he raved, and on the 17th he burst to the arms of Judas Priest, where he died of thirst. No one tried to say a thing when they took him out in jest, except of course a little neighbor boy who carried him to rest, and just walked along alone. He put his guilt so well concealed, and muttered underneath his breath, nothing is revealed. Well, the moral of the story, the moral of this song, is simply that one should never be where one does not belong. So when you see